Hey everybody, and welcome back to Dicing with Death. So, you got hit with the fire blast. What do you do after that?
I've got to figure I've got about a minute to take a look at the desk before I blink out of the room. Does the book appear to be intact?
The book is totally intact. Now, are you looking at
Can
the
I
the nightstand or are you looking at the vanity?
can I actually roll a spellcraft check on the
Um,
book to investigate?
Give me a spellcraft proficiency check.
Neil gave me a hint over the break, and I almost forgot it. Or was I supposed to act 20?
Wow.
20 critical.
You
Do I go back in time and undo that fire trap and see
no,
it?
but you recognize that the fire trap is not a wizard spell.
It's a
It is
priest
a
spell.
cleric spell.
Yeah, cleric spell. So she might not be the secret wizard after all. Case may not be solved.
And then you look at
I
the
think this.
desk or the vanity.
Oh, there's both. I was gonna say the desk.
Well, the desk is the
Yeah.
nightstand, so your call.
Okay. So I guess I'm looking at the nightstand. Kind of not sure if this is what I wanted to be looking at, but it's all happening pretty
All
fast.
right,
So I rifle through the nights.
you start rifling through it. There's all sorts of like creams and powders, and there's a little sleeping mask, and there's a couple of extra candles inside there, and um, what looks to be like a primitive form of a match. Um, and as you're trying to see all this stuff and figure it out, I think you begin to blink
Yeah, left
again.
ahead. So I blink through the wall of the nightstand to the left.
Ten
I don't know which wall the
feet
light. I don't know which wall the
forward and
nightstand.
left.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that would blink you outside.
Okay. Um,
You're outside and you see
I take this
Boba.
opportunity to just run. He sees me blink through the wall,
Mm.
like singed air, just like running through the lawn.
All
Like
right.
as soon as I realize that I'm in the yard, I just book it.
You start running. Give me another blink after a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the minute, you can make it back out through the front gate without a problem.
And then I blink 10 feet behind me.
Okay.
10 feet to the right. 10 feet to the right. So I blink right down the street. Right.
So as you're running down the street, you blink inside another estate's property.
I think I try and scramble up the wall.
Okay. There's lots of vines and things. You can start making your way up the wall, back down the street, and you'll just keep
Do I need?
blinking
Okay.
around, I guess.
I think there's only 5 blinks total, so
And
we've
you've done
done.
3, 4. You get one more blink. Give it to us.
It's only 10 feet.
Yeah.
4, I think, is directly behind.
Yeah.
So
So
at some point, I'm running down the street and I blink directly backwards 10 feet and immediately recover the feet that I just ran.
yeah. You run through the
Um,
city streets and eventually you make your way to.
I guess I'm heading back towards the bear cave. I want to take a look at this journal though that I've got in my
You
hands.
actually swiped the journal. Oh
Yeah,
my.
it was in my hands the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. You make your way back to the bear cave. I did
As
not see
I'm
us go in this direction.
you didn't. You mean you didn't prepare a smutty noble lady's journal for me to read?
I did not. Anyway, you.
I'm thumbing through it as I walk down the street back to the bear cave.
Okay.
The journal is actually not shrunk, so this is a full-sized human's journal.
Right. I
With
mean, it's a
lap.
small journal. It's
Okay.
it's like this sized. It's not
Okay.
that big. Um,
Oops, sorry. I should save shoveling the potato chips for my break. Crunch, crunch, crunch. I know you love that, chat.
Love it. The journal. What does it say? You lose focus on what the journal says as the cows walk past.
Fair enough.
They're really big, slightly terrifying.
It's written in English, right? Or sorry, common, or a language that I understand.
It is written in common. Yes.
Not a spell book.
Not a spell book. It talks about. It seems to be personal notes on the happenings of her family. and it
Is it
talks.
just like super boring and I'm kind of mad that I swiped it? Is that the impression I'm getting?
No,
Or
it's a
is
little bit more interesting. It's talking about how, in one section, as you're thumbing through it, it talks about new properties that have been purchased to the west of Thornwood, on the lands bordering the Baron Song's property, bordering the Misty Rapids land. Thumbing forward a little bit, you reach the section where it talks about the construction of the library has finished and the first shipment of books has arrived.
oh, does it say anything more about the books in that entry or immediate entries after?
It
Or is
says
it
that the books have arrived and the appropriate and the books that were suitable were taken to the library. I'm sorry, the books that were suitable were not taken to the library. Um, the rest of
okay?
them were. It
Does
doesn't
it say where they
describe
were?
what they are. It just says
Does it
those that
say
were
where they were
suitable.
taken?
Nope, nope. Those that were suitable or those that were unsuitable were taken to the library. Is the exact phrasing.
It's got to be a priest.
Yeah, you
Really
keep
should have dressed
thumbing
up as a
through around
leprechaun
it.
for that whole encounter. I don't
You
think she believed me.
you page back and it talks about how she's met this man named Murphy in Redport and asked him to be her librarian.
Does she have a husband?
She does.
Is there much about him in this journal, or have
You
I heard about
haven't
him
seen a word
previously?
about him at all.
What about the kids?
Nope, no mentions of the children. No mention of children or husband or really other family. It's all like kind of
Me, me.
reflections on what she has done recently or what her house has done, the lands gained, the property gained. There is a note when it says, so and so has died. I've sent so and so to find us a new blah blah blah. Servants died, and she notes it.
Yeah.
Um, it seems very kind of reflective, business like. You know, almost as if you were writing down your thoughts about your workday at the end of the day and then putting away
Yeah.
like a captain's log about.
Yeah. But it's probably very, very progressive for a 50-year-old woman to be entrepreneurializing in these ye old times, no? But what an egalitarian fantasy world you've got going here, Neil. All right, so I get back to the bear cave, I assume,
Yes.
as a halfling still. It lasts 25
No,
minutes.
you're a full-sized human by the time you return to the
All
bear
right,
cave.
good. Good. I should add... Once again, I am out of character sheet spots.
Oh no.
Got too much loot. Lady Red Shield. Lady Red Shield's journal. Which I don't know if it's worth keeping, but maybe I'll find more on further study. I need to heal, and bad. I don't think I can just buy heals from priests. Is that a thing? Can I just throw that in with my lifestyle expenses and go to the temple to buy cure light wounds?
It's I
I
think
might
like
have to
10
get cure.
GP per HP
Ooh.
gained.
No, I think I'm gonna wait it out the old-fashioned. I guess I could go find a doctor. Say, hey, do I from the journal? Do I have an impression of how of this is like? Or maybe I'll hang out in the bar and ask more about this lady, Red Shield, later that night.
Which bar would you like to hang out at?
I guess the Bear Cave is not a tavern, is it? It's
No,
a
it's just an inn.
whichever tavern down the street then. God, I've only got 1 HP. I don't want to. I can't get caught in a wizarding duel at 1 HP.
Down the street is the Giant's Drink.
The giant's drunk. All right, yeah. So I'll hang there and try and figure out what sort of person this Lady Red Shield is. Like, if I've just pissed off, are they like in? I don't know. Yeah, like what's their reputation? Like, am I going to get hunted down by a bunch of assassins for having spurned her, or is she pretty above board? Like, is this going to be? Am I going to be talking to the sheriff tomorrow?
They
Or
are
is it?
a family that has been rising in wealth and importance at the hands of their brilliant matriarch, Annabelle Redshield, is what people tell you.
Mhm.
Um, their house used to be one of the smaller houses, but when she came to power a few years back, not a few years, like 20 years back, uh, she whipped their house into shape, made some extraordinarily brilliant investments. You know, bought some land just before something was, silver was discovered on that land, and started building mines, and uh, you know, got in good with the people at certain points, and that family died, and they, picked up the land for cheap. Uh, you know, managed to broker certain negotiations between different families to further the cause for Thornwood as a whole, but in the process secured themselves a little bit more wealth and a little bit more influence. And
This is the gossip at the tavern. This is what the town drunk has to say.
well, when you're asking these people about the Red Shield family, they're just like, "Yeah, man, she's fucking brilliant. She's always been in the right place at the right time. She is on top of her shit. I don't know what that family does, but one of these days they're gonna rule the entire all of Thornwood, maybe even all of Eridon. Who the hell knows? But fucking Red Shield family, you watch out for them."
And I got Lady Redshield's journal and the singe marks to prove it. Did I burn off my eyebrows? No, no.
No.
I passed my save.
Yeah.
Um. Okay, cool. Uh, can I just go to sleep for 14 days and, you know, fast forward, get back to full life?
I mean, if you would like to attend some clerics and try and get yourself healed up, it is
I don't know.
expensive, but it can be done.
I'm feeling like that's out of character.
Then
I've
no,
only got
yeah.
65 gold. I'm pretty illiquid. Got some investments, though.
Hmm.
Don't worry. We hope. Otherwise, I may have creditors from Misty Rapids after me as well.
Okay. What do you do?
I'm not looking for trouble actually for a long time, so I think I'll probably call it an early night. Go back to the bear cave and study this journal. I guess if Lady Redshield has sent men after me, there will probably be a confrontation in the tavern or back at my in room. I think
Okay.
I'll cast Wizard Lock on my door once I get back to my hotel room. What do you call it? My in
Okay.
room at the cave bear.
Bear cave.
Bear cave. Bear cave.
Okay. So you cast Wizard Lock, study the journal, and go to sleep.
Yeah, but it's probably like late. I mean, I think I while away a few hours
Hmm.
at the tavern, and then
Right, because you can't go to sleep right away. Actually, so you hang out at the Giant's Drink before you go back home.
yeah, that's what I was saying.
All right. So a few hours later, you come back to your inn, head up into your room to find your room ransacked. Your bed has
There
been
wasn't
tilted
anything in it, by
over.
the way.
No,
Like I have all my stuff on me.
the bed's been tipped over. Everything is lying all over the place.
Hmm.
It's kind of a mess. And as you stand there and take it in, you hear footsteps behind you, and the innkeeper goes, um, uh, Mr. Carl? There were some men here looking for you earlier. They were very
Yeah,
insistent on seeing you.
it seems they've trashed your room. I hope you've been properly compensated for this property damage.
Oh, no worry, no worries. Um, uh,
Would this be town guard?
no, no. Um,
Of course not. Above the law, then, or is it below?
I wouldn't know.
Was there a message?
No, no message, but I'm afraid I must ask that you find another place to sleep for the night. I can't afford to have all of my rooms trashed.
Oh, very well. Sorry for your troubles.
My apologies. I'm sure you understand. I'm so sorry.
Well then, I guess I go find. Are there enough taverns that I can just keep going between them and getting
Yeah,
all
there
the
are a few
rooms
more
set?
inns in
Okay.
town. None of them are as nice as the bear cave, though. There's the sleepy knoll and shagworts.
Sorry, shagworts.
Mm-hmm.
Who came up with that? You were chat.
Me. It's my name. Don't you like shagworts? It's a great name.
It's a great name.
Actually, I don't know who came up with it. It could have been chat, but I want to take credit for it.
All right, I'll go to Shagworts.
All right.
Is that the crappiest inn in town?
Yes.
Maybe what was the other one?
The sleepy knoll. They're both pretty shitty.
Is the Sleepy Knoll less shitty?
You're probably gonna get fleas at the sleepy knoll, but it'll be a little more comfortable.
At either establishment.
Yeah. Like the sleepy knoll is a little more comfortable, but you're more likely to get fleas. You know, there's a bunch of cats and dogs hanging out.
I miss the bear cave as I head into Shagworts and buy myself a room.
Okay. The rest of the night passes uneventfully.
All right, what do I find in the notebook?
Just more of
Any more of it?
Nothing related to wizardry, witchcraft, clerical magic.
She referenced taking books and judging them whether to be suitable, and then taking the suitable ones and not putting them in the library.
Yes. It just says the unsuitable books were sent to the library.
And some priest blessed this, or whatever, he protected the book.
Yes. There is a mention of a priest in the book. You don't know if it's the one who...
name? Or...
Yes, you get a name. You don't know if it's the one who did the work on the book. It's just, at some point, she is talking about a cleric in town.
Who was named?
I am looking up his name right now. Where is his name? Do. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-boop-boo. Is it here? God. Damn it. Who is this? It's a name. I will give it to you when I find it.
Okay, that's fine.
So, yeah. What are you doing?
I read the journal, then I go to bed.
All right.
Then I wake up the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll use that 3rd level spell slot to memorize my past life. I will memorize, I guess, Reduce again. I'm not sure whether it's more useful than Enlarge, but I kind of like being a leprechaun.
Okay.
And I didn't cast anything else. And don't gain an HP, and I need it. I need them HPs.
Mm-hmm. Where is my note on this?
I'm supposed to be an inspector with 1 HP. How's this gonna work? I've got about a week, I think, is what I negotiated with Baron Song. I mean, I'm sure I could send him a letter if things are going well, but it's not like I can just hide out in this inn until I heal. So I think I'm gonna go visit that church. See if I can figure out who the priest that she references.
Okay, the priest is not from this town.
Oh well, so sorry. First thing, I'll cast the past lives.
Oh right.
Should we make a bigger scene out of that? Is this going to be something amazing, or are you just be like, it doesn't work?
No, you get nothing from the past life. This is clearly not a phylactery.
Really? Then?
There's no semblance of anything, because you need to be a certain level to get...
At 7th level, you get a view of the final minutes of the subject's life. But by touching the remains of a dead creature, the spell allows the caster to gain a mental image of the deceased's former appearance.
Right, so you would need to be 9th level to use the amulet itself as your...
I was arguing that that if this is a Lich's phylactery, it is the dead creature's body.
Right, if there's any part of the Lich in here, Right,
Yeah.
right. If there's any bit of the lich residing within the amulet itself.
Actually, but it's his soul that's in here. So I guess that was the. Would a soul trigger the spell? I mean, I guess.
This amulet is not triggering the spell.
Yeah. Do I know that if. Well, I don't know. What the remains can be of splinter of bone or strand of hair, but it sounds like it has to be physical. So there still could be a soul in here. I don't think I would detect a soul. Is there a detect souls spell? When cast by wizard of at least 9th level at personal possession. So we're gonna, maybe
Right.
for bone. That's good. So am I not able to tell whether it fails because this is an unsuitable object? I mean, I guess it is an unsuitable object, but am I able to tell if this? I don't know what. I get nothing. It just fizzles.
Yeah, you get no response.
Okay.
Here we go.
Cool.
This is where we need to look.
Where? Lich in the Monsters Manual?
No.
Dead giveaway, Neil.
I'm not looking at a monstrous manual. Okay, I got so many notes. And then you ask a question that is so difficult to answer. I have the capability. I have the power.
I think that's why it's so difficult. You wrote it down somewhere, so you can't just make it up.
Yeah, that is the issue on hand. Oh, man. Seriously? Oh, there we go. Who is that sort of cleric? See, the thing is, I know what sort of cleric can cast that spell, and I just don't... I didn't write down who it was that cast it, because I was figuring, yeah, who needs to know that? And then...
And I go teleporting into my lady's satin bedchamber and stealing her journal.
And now I gotta find out, oh shit, who was the actual cleric that ended up casting this spell? And it's this big, complicated mess. But it's not a cleric from Thornwood. That is for sure.
Okay.
Yes.
So do I have to go to a temple and ask for the cleric to gather that, or do I know that much from the journal?
No, from the journal it says she made a trip to blah, blah, blah. Or, you know, Father so-and-so from blah, blah, blah is referenced.
Do I know if flame trap, like if she would have a way to turn it on and off?
You don't. Here we go. This might be more interesting than I thought. She mentions a Father Rolna. No? What? My notes are lying to me. My notes say one thing in one spot and another thing. Okay, there we go. The cleric in question is Mother Olman, who you recognize from Misty Rapids. She is the one who was holy watering everyone. She's the one who...
Yeah.
Yes, Mother Olman is the cleric that is referenced in the notebook.
Yeah. So I'm gonna leave town immediately.
Okay.
Yeah. So still pretty early that morning. I'm gonna grab my horse and I'm gonna peace out. Okay. I don't know if I've actually solved it, but it's enough of a lead, and I'm wounded enough that I'd kind of just like to get home, report, and investigate from safety.
Fantastic.
Am I accosted at the gates?
Nope. You pass through the gates freely. No
I
one
have a
stops
horse,
you.
FYI. So I think I don't know where it was stabled. Did the bear cave have a stables?
Yes.
Was the horse still there when I checked out?
Yes.
And because horse theft is a serious business.
Horse theft that will get you killed.
Miss Redshield wouldn't dare. She may send men to rough up my room, but she would never dare steal my horse. Well, I don't know what kind of woman she is. But...
Okay. Anyway, your trip back is... how far is it? I think it's... Oh, you've got a horse, so you can probably do it in a day.
Yeah, and hopefully during daylight,
yeah.
No goblins to kick my ass on the road.
You don't pass any goblins. You pass some travelers in both
I steal
directions.
their souls. I mean, no, right on past wave.
You pass some travelers in each direction, but after a day's journey, you end up in Misty Rapids late at night. Since you're approaching from the east, you do not have to deal with any of the purification ceremonies or rituals.
But maybe I want to.
Well, then you can head west.
No, you said it's late at night. I'll go straight to my house. Do I have a place to tie up my horse at my house, or do I need to leave him at a stable?
You can leave it at a stable, which is fine. I think there's actually a stable master here in town that you bought the horse from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that dude will stable your horse for you, and will just include the horse's stabling fees and your monthly dues.
I'm beginning to see why a 5th level wizard costs 250 GP a month or whatever it is.
You've got horses to stable, you've got new clothes to buy because yours are singed, you've got, inns and fancy drinks and yada yada yada. Yeah. So you stable your horse with horse with Cridget, the stable
Bridget,
mistress.
you said her name was?
Cridget.
Cridget.
Cridgit.
Good old Cridget.
Love her. All right. Next morning comes along. You wake up in Misty Rapids, home sweet home.
Yeah, what will I memorize? I guess I'll do another blink. Do I gain an HP, or does riding count as a strenuous activity?
You can gain an HP. That's fine.
I'll probably sleep in and gain an
Right.
HP or whatever you require.
Mm-hmm. And you can
And I think we were saying that medical care is included with my...
Correct.
At least probably with this doctor here in town.
Right, so you'll be fine.
So I'll probably check in with him in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And take to some errands. Get a new robe.
Nice.
Beginning to see why evil wizards wear black robes. It's a lot easier to hide the messes. So then I guess by late morning, I think I'll go and see this. What was the name of this priestess? The high priestess and
she's not the
actually
high
not
priestess.
the high priestess, right?
No.
That's a big point of contention.
Father Ralnat is the high cleric in town.
Mm-hmm.
Mother Olman is just the cleric, and she's twice his age almost.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
They
she's
brought him in from out of
80
town,
something,
she's
and he's 50 or just shy
She's
of
a
50.
little too loony for the establishment.
Mm-hmm.
Passed up on high priestess.
Mm-hmm.
Mother Olman.
Mother Ulman at the
So I
Temple
guess
of
let's go-
Purification.
My only experience with this woman was her trying to splash her holy water or whatever at me as I rode into town.
Mm-hmm.
This time I'll walk over to the western gate and see if I can find this Mother Olman.
Yes. You find her at the Temple of Purification, standing outside, doing the equivalent of Mass, chanting some things, sprinkling some water on the followers who are down before her, worshiping and praying. And she's talking about how Nadinus will bless us all. She will see that the evils of the world keep us free from harm. We must commit ourselves to the ways of the gods. We must cleanse ourselves from the evil within.
I think I'm standing way in the back, sort of arms crossed, watching this unfold, but definitely apart from the flock. How many attendees does she have?
35.
Well, and how many priests?
There are 2 assistant priests with her helping to bless the masses.
Okay. How long does this whole ceremony take?
Half an hour.
Does it end with holy water and good berries for all?
No, the good berries saved for the sinners coming in from the west.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, she finishes up her blessings and turns into the temple as everyone else gets up and exits. Ryan? Hello? You're muted.
I was trying to save your ears from the crunching of my chips. Was this held inside the temple or?
No, this was held in the grounds just in front of it.
Okay. So she heads into the temple afterwards,
Mhm.
and I will follow after her.
Okay. All right, you head into the temple. It is this nice,
Mm-hmm.
same temple as all the other ones in the area. I don't have that layout for you. I will give you that layout in just a moment.
Handouts.
Handout. There you go. That's what it looks like.
Ah!
So you enter into this area. There's a
I love
altar
they
on either
labeled the
side of you.
rooms loot here first, loot here next.
It's a large circular form for the temple. There are altars to all the gods. The major gods are you in the upper left corner is Martha, upper right corner is Astaire, bottom right corner is Verasi, bottom left corner is Malchus.
Hmm.
Then you've got Falumbra in the center, and Tempos and Nadinus on the in the center altar, kind of that weird column that runs up the center that's kind of split and opened.
Did
The minor gods, or the lesser gods, are in between them, in the right places. So, for example, Nerul, the product of Astaire and Martha, is in between Astaire and Martha, etc., etc. So, like Chis, who's a chaotic good god, is between Malchus and Martha, while Bellum, who's a lawful evil god, is between Astaire and Verasi. And then the upper and lower gods are can be found. Was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8?
who are Illumis and Relcor?
Illumis is the god of light. Relcor is the goddess of darkness. Um,
Yeah. Does the priestess see me coming up the steps, or is she already like walked into the temple and gone about her business?
she's walked into the temple and gone about her business. But when you get in, you see her heading towards her headroom, her quarters.
At storage.
No,
Oh, head
head
priest
priest
quarters.
quarters. Yeah.
Before I follow, I take a glance at the altar of Malchus. What is upon it? Is that like a
A bust of Malchus sits there,
see like so it's like a human?
a humanized form of him.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Any notable features, or does it just like look like a exaggerated dude?
it's just the form of Malchus. It's a god, square
And he
jaw.
doesn't have like tentacles.
No, 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 no.
Or
You notice that the altars of Malchus and Verasi are not lit. The
mm-hmm.
other gods all have little candles sitting in them.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Do I feel anything as I gaze upon this altar?
a little chilly.
A little chilly.
Could just be cold in here, though. You never know.
Do I see anyone around?
No. In behind you, as you pause and look about, walk the two priests that were working with her, chatting about that day's sermon. Oh yes, did you see old Lady Witherspoon? Yeah. She was quite taken with the sermon. I think she'll make a wonderful recruit as things go forward. Yes, yes, yes.
The thought crossed my mind to light a candle for Malchus, but being interrupted, I quickly dash that thought and head towards the head priest's quarters.
Okay. The door is still open, and she is standing inside, shuffling through papers.
Okay. I knock with my quarterstaff.
She turns and goes, "Oh,
Your Holiness, if I might have a word."
Yes, yes, if it isn't the new Archmage. Hurrah.
I take a step inside, and I wanted to ask you about a mutual friend of ours, Lady Redshield in...
A wonderful woman. You know, if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have been able to afford the tower outside to ward off bandits.
I nod slowly. There's a tower outside?
Yeah.
Is it on the church temple, or is it at the
No.
gate?
It's if we take a look at. Ooh, we don't have the. Oh, because it's over here. If you take a look at this map, which I will show to chat in just a moment.
Oh yeah, watchtower.
Yeah, there's a watchtower near the Pendant
Is there a wall around the temple?
There's a palisade wall around the temple with the watchtower on it.
Wow. All right. Okay. And lady, is there a ballista mounted on that wall, or have I
There's
found
not.
my next customer?
No, but you could make one for them. You know how.
Um. Okay. Cool. So Lady Red Brick owns that watchtower. I don't
Hmm.
say that, but yeah. Hmm.
Is there something you would like to discuss about her?
I'll cut right to the chase.
Yes.
Books, I say. Books are disappearing. Knowledge is being censored. How does one decide which books are suitable?
I'm afraid I don't understand. Lady Redshield has been a wonderful patron of the arts. She built a library, you know, for Thornwood.
I know, I've seen it.
Yes, yes. Um,
I look. How old is this woman? Why do I keep getting these old people who have been duped by this huckster of a woman?
she's in her 80s as well.
Oh God, these old priests.
Such an
Oh,
ageist.
worst. Um. Okay. I'm beginning to feel like this is a waste of a ride back, but
Are you. Is something the matter, my son? Here, why don't you come with me and
of
we'll
course,
pray to Nadinus for guidance? She takes you by the hand,
I think before
her
I can
old soft
protest,
fingers, kind of tugging you along as she drags you over to the temple of Nadinus.
yeah. What is it like in that little? I don't think we've ever been into that little center pod, right? Because is there a staircase in the center? It's like a spiral staircase down to the crypts. Maybe we have gone.
No, so that center altar where Falumbra is,
Mm-hmm.
that slides, and then below that is a staircase down to the crypt.
Okay,
Um,
so it's not like you. Okay, so
yeah,
it's not creepy visiting Nadinus.
no.
What are the little inset things in the center?
Those are other altars. I just didn't have room to put the gods there. Those are for the minor gods, the lesser gods.
Okay.
Um, for example, Ki, Madrigal, Ponus, Solt, Terrassa, Velmontarius, Velthara, and Wilmator. Those are there.
So there's more than are indicated. There's a bunch of little
No, there should be
altars.
8.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 on the inside, 4 on the outside.
What is it like praying to Nadinus with this old crone?
Oh, she holds your hand and kind of puts her hand next to. So you got like your 2 hands held here, and she puts her hand on the outside and
Mm-hmm.
waits for you to put your hand on the other outside. And then she starts saying, Nadinus, bring the true nature to us. Help us find ourselves when we are lost. We bow before you and appreciate and worship your strength and knowledge. Help this poor wizard
Hey, I'm not poor.
find the true nature of reality.
Hmm. I can get behind that.
So
Okay.
you pray for a few minutes, and then
Does
she
she?
stands up and says,
It doesn't end with a cure light wounds.
"No."
At least she didn't cast detect evil.
Yeah. It ends with her saying, I hope that helped you, my son."
I nod and excuse myself.
As you start to walk away, she calls after you. Was there something else?
Uh, no. Thank you, Your Holiness. And I turn and bow awkwardly before I
Okay.
take my leave.
You take your leave.